Hughes wrote in a one-bedroom apartment in Harlem. It's called The Warning. It says, Negroes, sweet and docile, meek, humble, and kind, beware the day they change their mind. America has adjusted to black people not responding to their savagery. They expect us to just roll over and keep going. I'm trying to figure out how they got all these flock cameras, but can't find who's hanging these black people. I'm trying to figure out how they putting ankle bracelets on Haitians, but they let the people from the Ukraine and the Bosnia walk all the way around. I'm trying to figure out how you go 11 days with no power in Gary, Indiana. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me because y'all didn't remember that Indiana had more members of the Klan than Mississippi did. We are so busy rolling over and playing dead that these people have become comfortable thinking that we ain't gonna speak truth to power. But you better be careful how you treat God's children. That there was a man by the name of Bull Connor in Alabama who thought he could stop black people coming off the Edmund Pettus Bridge and arrest him, and then God hit him with a stroke and the whole side of his body couldn't even operate. He got back up and God put him with another stroke. I want to say, those of you who think you can get away with mishandling and killing and mistreating black people, it may not come through the court of justice, but it's going to come from the throne room of God.
Welcome to the Johnny Binder Show, everyone. Just a reminder that the views and opinions expressed by guests and clips presented on this program are their own and do not represent the views of the Johnny Binder Show. The content provided is for informational and commentary purposes only. The show makes no claim of veracity or independent verification. Therefore, viewer discretion is advised, and we do discuss some sensitive subject matter as well, so just be aware of that. So welcome y'all to this episode. I'm glad to have you here with us. And again, Johnny does have something to say, and his comments will be coming up in just a moment. But today's subject is who gets silenced. So 3 people threatened to sue Al Sharpton, but Nolan Wells' independent examination still isn't complete. Baby Kohen Wiley in Setobia, Mississippi, was unalived. Critical footage remains hidden, and his family says investigations have left them in silence. Another black man, Demetrius Fleming, is found hanged in North Carolina, and the public says everything and the police say everything is on the table. And last but not least, Congressman Al Green files impeachment papers against Donald Trump, and Air Force Major demanded Trump's removal, now sits in military confinement. So fam, different stories, different institution, but the same warning. Demanded answers, and you may become a target. So before we step into these difficult stories, we're going to begin with prayer, faith, and motivation. But first, share this live right now. Please be a JBS advocate and share this. This helps us stay in the algorithm. It keeps all of these stories relevant. There's so much going on out there, y'all. I wish we could cover everything to ensure that all of these stories get heard. But man, it's hard, but we are going to do our best to keep even story. I'm just going to stop. Even stories that we may not cover. If you guys hear of something, fam, please send them to us. You can inbox us on any of our social media platforms, message us, and just bring it to our attention. If you're listening now, drop it in the comments, and we'll be happy to research those stories and bring them forward. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our prayer time. And then we shall be back.
Dear God, oftentimes when I find myself winning, like really, really winning to my standards anyway, that's usually when I remember all the times I wasn't winning. And I sometimes let that become the premise for a moment to relax, like to take it in and to move at a pace that's more comfortable, I guess. But I know the bar you set for me is so much higher than the bar I set for myself. Like I know it's so much more. And God, I feel a season that's coming that's gonna unlock that really, really winning feeling again. I mean, only you know if that season is coming, but God, I feel it. And I'm asking you in advance, this time, keep me humble, keep me grounded. Give me the strength to have the same speed when I'm in first place in the race that I had when they blew the whistle. Give me the strength to not pause until I fully cross the finish line. Amen.
Y'all stay focused, y'all keep working hard, believe in yourself, prove everybody that doubts y'all wrong, show up every day, stay pure, keep your heart pure, stay motivated, stay inspired, show love to your people. From there.
We declare our rank on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
You're muted, Minister.
I'm so glad we have a special guest tonight and one of my personal friends, Jonathan Ronald Ray. So, and Nick, all this is on tonight. We got to deal with truth, and we knock the brains out of falsehood. We don't play with nobody. We speak truth. We solution based, ladies and gentlemen. And what they're doing to Nolan is way out of order. They're trying to get around it every way they can. They're trying to protect them folding boys. But on this show, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and joy. You're not going to get away with this. You're not going to sweep this under the rug. All that take it to the grand jury, and they go, the mother ain't seen nothing yet. That's a con game, man. You're playing a con game. That's all you're doing. You know damn well when y'all took the body parts of this baby and sent them off to D.C. and sent an empty body there, that's like me buying a Porsche and I get in the car and can't crank it. I can't even know if the car gonna crank, how fast it moves. Y'all sent an empty body down to D.C. with a outside investigation because y'all didn't want no outsiders to know exactly what happened on the inside. So you took his body parts, took his stomach out. You took out everything that would tell us what happened. You guilty right there. We can stop the case right now. I don't know why we're going no further, Mr. Al Sharpton. I'm being prompt. What are you talking about? I don't know why y'all ain't filed on them. They took all the man damn body parts, man, and sent the empty body to D.C. The boy that had the keys, the boy that had his telephone. How in the hell you don't call the mom and tell him? And then you're supposed to be your best friend. You're not on the search team, white boy. You're not on the search team. Now one of y'all, all four of y'all. Now one of y'all on the search team. And the three went with him, one on the search team. How did you come back and go, you went to a party? Wait a minute. I come up, mister. And you go to a party. What? And I'm your friend? Come on, the buffoonery and the foolishness, man. Then I heard you went to 2 parties. I don't know, but I know you went to 1. Then you left there, and I found out you went to eat. Then when you got to eat, you went home, went to bed. You ain't called the wife, the mother, nobody yet. And then when the mother do call, you don't even tell her you got the phone. You don't tell her you got the key. They had to come there that morning, find out where the phone was. Then the sister had to squabble with y'all for 15 minutes, get the phone. Then when they get the phone, it's been deleted. And you're asking me, this is not a homicide? It's not a what? It's not a homicide? Come on, man, you're covering up. Katie's saying one thing, you saying another one. The timelines don't match. The grandfather told him after they say the boat was sinking, which was never sinking, the boat is sinking, stop your life. Then the grandfather called the police department, told him, don't worry about it. I got it. I got to handle it. Yeah, he got to handle it. He making some more time for the shooting. Then you hear the lady on there to say unalive. Captain, what did the lady say, the young lady? What did she say? Oh, Captain,
She said, no. Nolan, is he dead? Is he unalived? Are you unalived?
Did y'all hear that? So all this whole case is a homicide. We're not finna play with y'all. Circumstantial evidence we can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt. I have a powerful lawyer that won 30 felony cases, and I worked with him with the investigation team with a life sentence. On a Friday, 7 days later, his life sentence on 2 capital murder cases. Won them. I got somebody on the night that can forensically look at this case and look at it from circumstantial evidence and look what we got and show you it's a homicide. We don't know who did what. And then Willie D brought a picture of Boyd with the same girl a year earlier. And then all of a sudden, Nolan with her. Then we hear a girl on Nancy Gray say they was fighting over the girl. Now she done disappeared. Uh-oh. Come on, y'all. Let's get started. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's on tonight. It's on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bring my people up. Bring my people up. Let's go. Bring them on. I need
Okay,
Nick.
fam. Thank you for joining us. And we do have special guests in the back office that I will be bringing up in just a moment. Just a reminder that if you are joining us on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok, please be sure to hit that like button. Keep us in the algorithm.
Please.
Please, please, please. And just a reminder, help us fight for truth. All you have to do is like, comment, and share. Every click helps truth to travel. So I thank y'all for helping us out there. And now I will let Minister introduce his guest that we have in the back studio. In just one moment, I will make sure Nick is visible.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, one of over 40 years of being a lawyer, 20-some years over in Washington, D.C., doing this thing. Left from Washington, D.C., and came here. And when he came here, I won't tell you how all that happened. Don't need to know. He got with the strongest team in America, the biggest organization in America. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's name is Ronald Ray. I gave him Jonathan, and I was David. And we fought for our people. We fought so much for our people and got 30 felons in 30 days dismissed. Watch this. And when we got the life sentence off the brother in 7 days with our investigation team, they locked us up and told me for 2.5 years I couldn't come to the courthouse. Why I can't come to the courthouse? Because they don't want me to open people's eyes. They make over $300 million in that building. Yeah, I'm giving you up again. And he walked around that whole building 7 times, him and another brother. And it flooded. It flooded. And for 2 years, they couldn't open it. I'm telling you what God will do. When God is in power, Mr. Trump, you're not getting away. We'll get you last. You're not getting away. All of y'all is unaliving us, hanging our little girls, hanging our little boys. All you animals will be dealt with. Not one of y'all is going to get away. Not one. Not one. Not one. Not one. You're going to hell with a gasoline jacket on, and God is going to deal with you. Revolution.
Please keep going.
Oh, she over here now? Okay, there she is. What I'm talking about. So again, we got some great people, powerful people. And Father God, thank you for these people. I couldn't do without them. I need every one of them. Me and my producers been fighting this fight. And boy, we get some help. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, before we bring on another person or bring on another slide, I have to introduce Jonathan from Oklahoma, by the way, Africa. Jonathan Ronald Ray. How you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing fine, sir.
Man, I am so proud of you that you allowed me to walk with you on the side of you. You allowed me to get an investigation team to work with you. The judge gave us two of the children and signed them over to me. A judge gave me the child, told me to keep the capital murder child, Jeremy Scott, at 12 years old.
That's true.
Ain't that something?
And you did a good job.
Well, it'll be in the movie. The people don't even know all this happened. And God really used us. And Miss Catherine.
Well, his mother had, I think she had about 10 children. I think
Yes,
he was the second oldest. She really couldn't handle them without a father being around. I mean, because it was different fathers for each child. So when this child got in trouble with the capital murder, the state at 12 years old and the state of Texas put a capital murder charge on him. And it was going for the juggler. And you came to me and you said, we got to go help him. And that's what we did. And I just heard Pastor Nash being talked about today on the radio. You took us to Pastor Nash's church.
Yes,
where we sought help. We brought the media in to give interview to get the world, because this story went around the world. I saw an article in China on that story because that child was the youngest one to ever be charged with a capital murder in Texas.
12 years old, ladies and gentlemen. 12 years old, charged with a capital murder. A baby. They don't even develop till they're 24, 25, 26. The child don't even know what's going on. Jared Scott, what's his name? Jerry Scott?
Jared Scott.
He didn't even know what was going on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm showing you how rotten this system is, and you keep on thinking they're going to do right by you. They are not going to do right by you. The only person going to do right by you is God. And people like me that's of God. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this show is nothing to play with. This ain't no at no Johnny behind the show. This is at God's show. This is God's show. And
no, and you mentioned that, and you mentioned that when after we got those 30 dismissals in 30 days, and we kept winning murder cases and getting people off, and they put those two investigators that work for the district attorney's office, they sicked them on us, and a prosecutor to put some false charges on us.
Yes, they did.
Now then she dragged me into the grand jury. They thought I was going to plead the fifth, but no, I answered every question that they gave to me, and I told them, I said, we work for God, and that threw them off. At first grand jury, I said, look, we work for God. It's not about money. You all said we in here to take money. I said, we giving money back to these people.
That's right.
But we're doing this as a work of God. We got a minister with us. Minister.
Come on.
And that threw them off. So that first grand jury, they sit back and they say, oh, no, we can't touch them.
Come on.
So they had to get another grand jury to take me to. And I still spoke to them and told them what we were doing. But this time they say, oh, but we're going to charge you. We're going to charge both of you.
Come on.
Brother Muhammad, can you elaborate about what those charges were?
Well, the charges were that we were recruiting clients. It was called barratry. It's where a lawyer is recruiting clients for money. He's going to the client to recruit the client to get money. Barratry, which the client is supposed to call and come to the lawyer. That's what they accused us of. But the people were coming to us.
I got it.
The people came to us, my beloved, and I knew a lot of people like I know now. And they went to the people and asked the people, had they given me money for a ride? Oh, they did everything. All the people's on our side. They couldn't get nobody to lie.
All of them. All of
all
them.
outside. They got one young boy to lie and say I was a lawyer, and because he was facing 25 to life. So I came on the TV and prayed for him. I told him, I understand, brother. I'm not upset with you. Do what you got to do. Snitch, lie, snot, James Brown's, Michael Jackson, moonwalk. Do whatever you got to do. I'm good. And that same young man, I think he's in prison now. So
Well, he got 15 years. He ended up because he let us go, and he got 15 years. And the judge that was presiding over that case told the prosecutors, "Hey, we had done nothing wrong. We were defending this man."
Come on.
And he got court-appointed lawyers and ended up with 15 years in the TDC, the Texas Department of Corrections.
What was happening, ladies and gentlemen, and Catherine, 75–80% of the people cop out down there. So me and Ronald Ray was telling them, no, if you're not guilty, don't cop out. Don't cop out, don't cop out. So we're working with other lawyers, and we're trying to get lawyers to come in and work with us to help these people and give them a break on the law fee, and that's what happened. So we was messing up that $300 million thing, plus they make $40 billion a year on Unicorn, on 400 different products, send them to prison. Some of the smartest people, they not here, they're in prison. So again, making cars, making motor cars, race cars, all the furniture is in Kansas City. Almost 6% of the furniture in America is made from prison. They got 2 football fields. Some of the smartest people down there making all the furniture you could ever dream of.
License plates.
Yeah, that's in the state. I was in the Fed. And then the mattresses right here on P Street, downtown Atlanta, United States Penitentiary, they making mattresses. You got mattresses flying out of there. So again, my beloved, some of the smartest people in Bastrop, right outside, they got bulletproof vests and broom right outside Austin. So again, I went to over 20-something prison on a 6-year diesel therapy because it sounds a baby Malcolm X. I didn't know they were scared of the truth. I ain't have no gun, no knife, no nothing. And then they try to unalive me 5 times, but God saved me. So again, ladies and gentlemen, they do not want us on this podcast. They do not want us dealing with solution. We are solution-based. We don't gossip. We deal with solution. And the young man on here tonight, I've been on here a whole year. It took 1 year and 2 months to get him here. He's been over here for a minute, hitting TikTok, made sure we went over 10,000 twice. But I needed him over here because I want the world to see me. I think he's been a lawyer 44 years. How many years has it been?
47.
Lord have mercy. Did you hear that, Catherine?
Yeah, can we hear that? Can we hear that? Can we hear that number again? Can we hear that number again?
That's 47.
47.
No.
Hey, Mr. Ray, you forgot something. Remember we did the press conference out there for Jared, and you pointed at that courthouse. What did you tell Jared? What did you tell him in the walls? What did you say?
Well, then we were coming to get him.
And did we go get him, y'all? Did we get him?
And told him, Catherine, I went on me and Jonathan Ronald Ray was standing there. The news media come. And they said, Mr. Binder, Minister Jeremiah, yeah. What do y'all think? I said, he didn't do it. And we will win the case. 2 years later, they dismissed the case.
Wow.
Yes, they did. Sure did. Yes, they did.
We know he had not unalived that child. They had got together and lied on him because the grandma was upstairs rehearsing to tell him that Jerry did it. Jerry ain't did nothing. The other son, the boy, the baby's brother, throwed him from up there. I don't want to talk about it. But again, that's enough about that. Let's go to work, ladies and gentlemen. You know who on here now? We got Nick. This man is profound. He can find any law. He's an investigator. He's all that and some. I am blessed to have both of them on here tonight. And we got Revolutionary here. Here she is. She's on the way to the north side. We're going to get her here. Thank you, sister, for coming out tonight. We love you. May God bless you. Catherine, let's get started.
Okay, fam, we'll go ahead and jump in. Just so you know what we're talking about tonight, the subject is who gets silenced. And so our conversation, we've already heard from Minister Johnny. Now we're going to jump into Nolan Wells. So there, three of the people connected to Nolan Wells' final trip are now threatening to sue Reverend Al Sharpton for defamation. But while attorneys are preparing 19-page legal demands against the people asking questions, one critical question remains unanswered. Why hasn't Dr. Roger Mitchell, the forensic pathologist retained by Nolan's family, received access to all portions of Nolan's remains retained by the state autopsy? Dr. Mitchell says he needs those materials, including bones from the throat and neck area, to complete his independent examination. So let's be clear. The retention does not prove Nolan suffered a neck injury, but without access to them, the family pathologist says his work remains incomplete. So tonight we have to ask, why is there more urgency surrounding the threatened defamation lawsuit than there appears to be around completing the examination that could help determine what happened to Nolan Wells? Because before anyone tries to silence the question, the public deserves to know whether every available piece of evidence has been fully examined. So there we go. And after we look at this clip from the Willie D show, where he spoke with an attorney, I'm gonna play the very last portion of it because I think that's the where he spoke with a judge, excuse me. I think that's the most critical part, and addressing some of the gaps that we have. So here we go. I'm gonna jump ahead, fam.
You still have to be able to determine. It's also wrapped up in the autopsy. And
questions are the biggest piece of the puzzle here for you. And I think for everybody else. So what I want to know is, what unanswered question would you need answered? Which one would concern you most before presenting this to a grand jury?
as far as evidence or lack of, I'm not asking you a question.
What unanswered question would concern you the most if you were presenting this to a grand jury?
I think if there's gaps in the timeline, because I told you at the beginning, I think the timeline is the most important thing, because the timeline is going to establish who, what, where, when. The why, motive, all of those things, depending on what the person's charged with, are also things that a prosecutor is going to have to think about in determining what they're asking the grand jury to indict on. That's a whole separate conversation for another day. But I would say if there's gaps in the timeline, possible motive, opportunity, that type of thing, depending on what charge it is that they may be seeking. But again, that's also wrapped up in the autopsy. And I think, you know, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this. Let's say the men who were on the boat during the Ceto call, let's say these guys were all questioned and they provided different stories. Each one of them had a different story. Do we have enough to go to the grand jury just based off of that?
I don't know. I think the frustration that people have, and I understand the frustration. You have to understand is that we don't know what we don't know what the investigative file has, what it doesn't have, right? All people can do is speculate. And I think the problem that I see when I see people getting upset in terms of the process, do I think it's taking a long time to indict? I just don't think so. I really genuinely don't think so. I think part of it is because we don't know where he was. We don't know how his body got there. We don't know all of those things. Just because someone believes that there's foul play, you still have to be able to determine, okay, even if that's the case, then what charge do we go after? Do we go after the top count, which is first degree murder? Do we go after voluntary slaughter? Do we go for involuntary manslaughter? Like, what is it that we go for? And you have to at least have a theory, and you have to have a timeline. So people who are upset that we just, there's enough, there's enough, but you still have to have a theory. Even if, for example, people felt like, well, it was intentional and it should be first degree, you have to prove premeditation, you have to prove deliberation, versus something else that's a lesser included offense. What you have to prove is different. The worst thing that this DA can do is go in here and overcharge, and get an indictment for something that he or she, I believe she knows that she can't sustain in front of a jury. Because getting an indictment is one thing, getting a conviction is completely different because of reasonable doubt, and the standard is very different. So people who are upset and frustrated, I understand that. I completely understand that. I always look at cases from both sides, but I'm a defense attorney, right? But I do believe that the issue is not just the theory. Here's the evidence. Here's what we can prove. Here's what we think will make it past a jury. Because otherwise, Nolan's family gets no justice. If they overcharge it and they can't get a conviction with the jury, he still has no justice. If they undercharge it, that's a completely separate issue, because they can always do a superseding indictment. So you may indict on one thing. If more evidence and things come out and it's a higher count, they can always go back and do a superseding indictment. But that's a part of the process.
To your point, you just had me thinking about this other case with David. You know the singer David, the young man who was, he's a singer, a rapper singer. He was accused of killing his underage girlfriend. I think he was like around 19. She was like 14 or something like that. But he's on trial right now. They found her body chopped up in the back of his Tesla truck while he was on tour.
Oh, I'm not familiar with the case. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
they found his body, well, not in the back, but in the front, because the trunk is in the front. So in the trunk of his Tesla vehicle while he was on tour. And it took months for them to serve him with an indictment. Months. So I get it. And it looked like from the first time I saw the case, I was like, yeah, he guilty. Like he did that, because it was so much circumstances that was leading directly to him. I mean, they first of all, they found her body in his trunk, in the trunk of his vehicle. They went to they talked to friends who said, hey, he visited the desert. He went out to the desert in the middle of the night for this or that or whatever. Then they found pictures, and then they found notes, and that was evidence of violence. They was fighting and all kinds of stuff. So I was like, yeah, he did it. And so right now he's on trial for murder. It took them months to bring an indictment to that, and I know that the parents and the public was really frustrated about that, because for a while it seemed like they was just going to let him slide. It looked like they was just going to let him make it, but it looks like they in there right now, and they're trying to finish him off.
Let me say something.
I'll pause it right there. I let it play, Minister, because this case, this was like a confirmation for me. This started reminding me of the David case, as far as the timeline and how long it was taking, but how, I don't want to say the public is greedy for information and answers, but we are, given the circumstances, we are.
And I agree with that, and I understand that. Where Jonathan go? There you go. I agree with that. I think Marita come on too. I agree with what I'm trying to say to the Mr. Jonathan Ron Ray. You can speak right behind me. What I want to say to the whole public and to the mother, that we love you and we know you lost your precious son. But what I'm saying, when you take people body parts and you got an outside autopsy and you send the body naked to DC, what I'm saying, Jonathan, they did that on purpose, because they took out everything forensically, where if they'd have found out of if he did drown, like Umar, like Dr. Umar said, if he did, they choked him. So it's a homicide. There's no more playing with this. Took the keys, took the telephone, took some of the phone and deleted it. Why? Why? If you ain't done nothing wrong, why you delete the phone? And why you didn't go on the search team, but you go to a party? But that's your best friend. Then when they asked him about the guy, they said, oh, we don't talk about it because we don't want to be guilty. Guilty of what? They go to 1 or 2 clubs that night, Jonathan. Then they turn around, go eat, and go home. Well, when the mom and them come that morning, it took them 15 minutes to bring the phone out the house. They were still cleaning it. They don't go to the funeral or nothing. But then Willie D bring up some pictures with Burke. Okay, come on now. Bart. So they bring the pictures up, and when they bring the pictures up, ladies and gentlemen, he with the girl. And then Nolan wound up the girl almost like a year later. So the other girl on Nancy Grayson, Jonathan, seen what happened. They was fighting. The girl see it. And him talking about, give me the damn phone. And they arguing on his phone, I guess want to erase the girl, no matter what done happened or whatever. And it was over the girl. Now, this girl done disappeared some kind of way. We don't know where she at. We don't have an idea. So, again, man, it's enough circumstantial evidence to know for a fact it's a homicide. The boy can swim. He played 3 different sports. So we can stop this old lie, but he drowned to stop. If he drowned, you choked him. And I don't know if it's over the woman, but it looked like it's over there. And again, then Katie and them got 2 different analogies. She put one timeline, they put another. If you're telling the truth, Jonathan, why is it different? It's different because all of them lying. And the only one telling the truth is that girl. And that's why we have enough evidence to know for a fact it was a homicide. You took the keys, you took his phone, you didn't give it to the mama, didn't tell her you had it. Then you go to a club or go to a party, then you go eat. You don't go on the search crew, you don't go to his funeral. Man, stop. And then you delete the phone. Then you take the body parts because you know we don't trust y'all doing the autopsy, and we send the body, and when the body get there, Jonathan, there's nothing in it. Talk to me, man. Come on, Jonathan, talk to me.
Well, no, I mean, you still have another, they still haven't released the results from the first autopsy. So what did they find in that? That's still been withheld from the public.
And won't you give us the body parts back that you took out? Well, we can go over them. Why is it, you know we don't trust you. Y'all got 2,000 unsolved cases. I don't trust y'all. Come on now. Talk to me, Johnson.
Well, I mean, you got great points there. Of course, by releasing the body parts to the second autopsy, then we can have a more independent evaluation of what happened to this young man. But
I'm gonna send a body to DC.
Well, you know, they're not going to come up with anything conclusive if you send it that way.
You send it butt naked. That's like me selling you a car, and you get in the car, ain't no motor in it, ain't no transmission in it.
And from what I understand, they sent the body with the face down, which, you know, they say is highly inappropriate. So they were sending a message right there saying, you're not getting anything from this.
And that's illegal. You supposed to send them body parts. You supposed to say, wait a minute, before we send the body, we going over it forensically, and we need another day or two, then we'll send everything. You didn't ask the mama, could you take that boy's throat, take his stomach? You just can't go to cutting on my child without asking me. You can do your autopsy, but cut him wide open, take all this stuff out? No, sir. And now we still ain't seen it, but you say it's at the grand jury? Man, it's a damn homicide. I'm saying it, and I've been saying it. Dr. Umar said it. Willie D said it. Look, man, it's enough in here to show you they hiding something. Then all of them go get lawyered up. What you get lawyered for? and go get one of the lawyers that go with Donald Trump. We don't give a damn about that $2.95 lawyer. And then they turn around, all of them get lawyered up, and then they take all their stuff off, and one of the boys already said he was going to get a felony before he took it off. Look, man, this is a damn cover-up, and the mother is a judge, and the young boy, he's a doctor, and he's a kicker. He kicked the ball 95 to 100 feet. He got a multi-million-dollar contract. So he lied and said he wasn't even on the island. Say he was in Arizona somewhere. What did he lie for? Say, man.
What we're looking here is delayed, so that the people will forget and move on to the next homicide. We know there have been at least 24 hangings around the country of young Black people, both male and female. So the public moves on to the next murder, then they don't have to reveal their conclusions, or when they reveal it, they attempt to get away without charging anyone for this case. And I think that is what the judge, who is one of the stepmothers of one of those children, I think that is the goal. The goal is to delay so that the public will move on.
Absolutely. I agree with that. But I want to add this in. This case is in Mississippi about Nolan Wells, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all some facts. I'm only gonna speak the truth. I come with facts. Now check this out. We had a case down here in Houston, and Attorney Ray, y'all may know this case. Y'all remember Joe Horn? There was no arrest, what he did to those boys. But guess what? They sent it to a grand jury. And what did the grand jury come back on Joe Horn, Mr. Ray?
No bill.
Okay, now we got a case down here in Mississippi now. I'm gonna show y'all there was no arrest in that, but they sent it all to the grand jury. Now, Mr. Ray, can you explain them if they come back with a no bill? What does that mean to the people?
That means there are no charges, and there never will be any charges. The case is over.
So you see what I'm talking? You see where I'm going with this? So if that grand jury comes back with a no bill, we got a problem in Mississippi. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? We got an outcry now. We got a huge problem. And then you talked about David's case, the young boy, the singer.
Yes.
About the young girl. Now I'm gonna show y'all a little trick what they did to y'all. These are facts. They was investigating that case for over almost 2 years at least. I'll give that. But guess what though? The DA would never come with no charges. So guess what the police department did, y'all? On their own. They went and arrested him. And they say, you ain't got for 2 weeks. Whatever you gonna do, file a charge now, we're gonna let him go. So guess what the DA did? They went on and filed the charges and what they had. They wanted more time, but the police department said, we got to get him off the street. Well, why can't you do that in the Nolan Wells case? Because if there was phone messages that were deleted after the young man was missing, that became foul play. Grand jury was taking so damn long. Don't make no sense to me.
But
y'all
Nick,
don't even
even
know.
in the David case, he had several grand juries, different types of grand juries. Yeah.
That is correct.
See, this is the problem I got, Revolutionary, and Miss Marie Cheeks and the rest of y'all. This is the problem I have. When you try to whitewash us and flash us with this buffoonery, when you went in that man's phone and deleted it, he supposed to have been your best friend, and you're not part of the search team, but you're at a club, or you left him and went to a party, 1 or 2 parties. You leave there and go eat, then go home, go to sleep. You don't go to his funeral. Then you delete what you deleting it for? You ain't did nothing wrong. And then all y'all lawyer. If it been 3 black boys, like the lady came on, I wish Captain had that tape. This white girl, about 27, 28 years old. He said if 3 black boys went over the island, and and that's a federal island. The federal people should be fighting the case, not the police that's there. That's a federal island, y'all. Y'all do know that, right?
No.
Well, it's not really a federal island. Like the federal government doesn't have control over it. It's like a federal, like a park. like a federal park
Thank you.
preserve.
They,
Something like that.
they have the jurisdiction. The state should even be fighting the case.
Exactly.
No, they don't. That's why I corrected you, because we talked about this on a previous show.
Right.
So it falls in a weird kind of territory. It's like a national park. That's what I meant. Like a national park is like get government funds, but the government really don't have control over it. It's still a part of Mississippi as far as Horn Island is concerned.
So, Jonathan, number one, we don't trust that police. The governor, he been there for 6 years, and in 6 years, 70 people been hung, 20 of them in Mississippi alone. Not one person has been charged. All of them 70 of them walking around with a rope in the back pocket. That's what they're saying. We walk around with a rope in our back pocket, waiting for somebody to hang us. That's what they said. Then took the little 15, 16-year-old girl, hung her in the front of the church, took the other little girl, Asia, hung her up so high behind the house, they had to go get a fire truck with the ladder thing, went way up in there, 40, 50 feet way up in there. And when they got up there, she had a chain. South Carolina the other night, they just hung another one. Look, man, these people are showing us that they don't give a damn about us. We got to get a neighborhood watch. Same way Zimmerman was doing when he took our brother out.
Trayvon Martin.
And the people told him, stop. He went on anyhow, and they let him go after he unalived him. So we got a right to have a damn neighborhood watch in Mississippi, South Carolina, Arkansas, Florida. But number one, Mississippi's been proven the most racist state in the state of the United States besides Indiana, where the Ku Klux Klan came from. So again, they got 2,000 unsolved cases, Jonathan.
Well, there's one that is not getting any publicity anymore. That's where the white guy took the sister to Zanzibar, to Africa, and to a resort, and proposed to her. There was a fight. They had to separate them in different rooms, and she ended up. They said she hung herself in the hotel room,
In the closet.
in a closet.
Yeah, right. And whoever believed that need a psychosocial assessment and a dianetic and got to be the biggest damn fool in the world, the same way they lied on Sandra Bland. So again, man, they habitual liars. Same way they unalive that baby at Walmart. Walmart was they rotten animalistic self. They didn't want to call on some diapers, $9 worth of diapers. And then they found out the girl paid for the diaper. They called the police. The police see the baby them going to the car. The girl take the baby and open the door and show, here go a baby in the car, don't shoot in the car. The girl already knew the police was going to do it. She put the baby in the air. Little girl, they were 19, 20, 21. The police, let's say the car was, let's lie and say the car was going after him. They have no body cam to prove that. Why did you?
Minister, that's actually our next story. So stay right there. But before we transition over, I did want to fact check myself and what I said about Horn Island. So yes, Horn Island, Mississippi is federal public land.
I told you that.
Okay, calm down. I'm not done. I'm not done. Okay, so it is part of the Gulf Island National Seashore, administered by the U.S. National Park Service under the Department of Interior. So why that could matter in the Nolan Wells investigation, it says if you're asking because Horn Island is connected to Nolan's final trip, this is potentially significant. Conduct occurring on Horn Island itself can implicate federal jurisdiction because it is NPS administered federal land. That does not automatically mean that every incident offshore or every aspect of unaliving becomes a federal case. Jurisdiction can depend on precise location, the conduct involved, and the maritime boundaries and applicable statutes. But I want to fast forward to the, or go back rather to the CETO call, because it says, but if Nolan or the group landed on Horn Island, camped there, interacted with anyone there, left evidence there, or if a material event occurred there, then we would want to know whether the National Park Service or NPS law enforcement rangers were notified, whether any federal incidents or rangers report exist, and were there any permit, citation, patrol logs, vessel contacts, or search and rescue records, and whether federal investigators ever participated in the case. The reason I want to point that out, because you remember when they asked if they needed help from the Coast Guard, they said no in that CETO call when allegedly the boat was sinking. You remember that?
Yes.
So
Yes,
if that would have brought the feds into the mix automatically, but because they rejected that help, it made this gray area. It made it more convoluted. And remember, the grandfather said, "Oh no, we don't need any help. It's good." So it just kind of brings up more questions than answers, of course. But yeah, so that's where that is as far as Horn Island being automatically considered federal land.
So what I'm saying, Johnson, the grandfather called the police. He's stronger than the police. He tell the police, shut it down, don't go. It's my boat. I'm in control of it. I'm going to handle it. They don't even go out there, Jonathan. The grandfather got more time on the boat where he could do what he needed to do. And
Clean it up.
Yeah, watch this here. Catherine heard the tape. Some girl spent a lot of money. What the little girl said on the tape, seeing Nolan laying there, what did she say?
Well, now I'm questioning my recall, but it was something to the effect that Nolan don't die or something like that.
Thank you. So that means she's seen something happen to him, Jonathan. Same where the girls on Nancy Gray said she seen him fighting. And they was trying to get his phone. He said, I'm not getting my phone. They want that phone to get something out of it with that girl. Because Winnie D from the Ghetto Boys showed Bart with the girl where he used to go with her, and then a year later, Nolan with her. We don't know if, I don't think Nolan knew Bart was with the girl, right? Because,
right. And
then Bart lied and say he won that time because he got a multi-million-dollar contract and he a doctor. So he done lied. So there's so many lies. So you lie when you do something wrong, homicide, you got to start lying. So the grand jury is trying to figure a way, they're trying to figure a way to get past this case to wipe it clean. Let me tell you, racist bastard something. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Not this one, baby. You're not gonna win this case. You can try to sweep it all you want. That's why you can't let Mississippi is burning. Mississippi is a Ku Klux Klan state. You cannot allow them. They took the man body parts. That show you they're guilty right there. It is thrown away. Forensically, they could find out, was he choked? Whatever happened to him, they took his throat, took his stomach, took everything out of him, right? So when they took the body and sent it to DC to the outside autopsy, he couldn't do nothing. They did it on purpose. This ain't never happened but in Mississippi. It's a homicide, and that's what it is. I'm listening, Mr. Ray.
No, I think you hitting all the points on this with regard to the state of Mississippi, which has hundreds of years of history of killing our people. And nothing has changed with regard to that. But I think one point that you haven't hit on is why are parents allowing our children to be alone with these white folks?
I brought that up the last week, but let me hit that one. A lady came on, I think Captain showed the commercial, and the lady was saying, why is it, Miss Cheeks, Miss Revolutionary, COO, why is it we keep allowing our children to go away somewhere with their white friends when you know they're not coming back? Why you keep trusting them? What you done seen that they don't give a damn. And y'all want to snook up to them so bad. You want I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I know y'all don't know what Willie Lynch is, 1712. You ain't read it. Fear, distrust, and envy. And it's supposed to have been over in 2012, but said be a perpetual cycle to keep going. And here we are. We got a devil sitting on one shoulder, angel on the other. Both suggest us all the time. We must learn to be wise enough to recognize the voices and follow the angel. There's a positive and negative side of every situation, but we always look at one side and regret our short-sightedness. Y'all playing with this, but they unaliving our damn children and our women. They are taking our young men, and we sitting on the sideline. We hurting each other, fighting each other, unaliving one another, but we not coming together so we can have a neighborhood watch. If we had a neighborhood watch, we could stop all of this here. We could stop all this. The Million Man March said need 10,000 in each city. We need to have 10,000 men in each city. They need to be in each city. We got enough billionaires where we can pay them $25 to $75 to $100 an hour. We got enough ex-police, ex-Marines, ex-Army, ex-Air Force, Navy, all of that. We got enough where we can protect our own wife, women, and children. And when we catch these animals trying to hang one of them, we whoop them, body slam them, tie them up, take the picture, call, and if they don't do nothing with them, we take it to another level and take them to another court. We got to stop them, man. And you don't let them see you. You don't let them see you, because you let them see you, they ain't going to do it. You stay hidden. You stay hidden. That way when they run up, you can catch them with the rope. Because that's what they doing. It's 3, 4 of them. They get them, throw them in a van, get them in a truck. And the white folks don't give a damn. They ain't going to take the plate number down or nothing else.
Do you remember the case of James Byrd?
Come on. Drug the man.
Behind a pickup truck.
Drugging.
In Jasper, Texas.
In Jasper, Texas.
Come on, y'all.
But see, look here though. See, the young lady came back and she had, like she say, she did a good job. She fact checked and realized that island was a federal property. Now let me ask you this question, Mr. Attorney Reagan. I just be thinking about stuff. Now, nobody know where his body was. We just know his body. The last scene was on that federal island. Why ain't the feds investigating that then? They should be. That's the last port where his body was on that island. Was on the feds, so they should be involved in it. But why? Why not?
Because they're using the other parts of it as an out for now anyway, because they're saying it could be based on the coordinates or where it was. Then you have to have evidences that Nolan was actually on the boat at that time when those coordinates were reported. So I'm trusting it's part of the investigation. I don't know.
Okay, because the girl said he got on the boat and the boy said he didn't. So guess what?
Yeah.
The feds say, okay, well, he's still here. Now we can investigate from point A to point B now where he went from here. That's their goddamn job. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just my opinion on that.
That's right.
No, I
Let me
agree.
tell you, Nick, and to you, Miss Catherine, we don't trust the investigation of Mississippi. We don't trust the governor. We don't trust the chief of police. We don't trust the mayor and them dirty ass police. We don't trust them. We don't trust them. That's the same when that boy went to the police station and the police say, oh, you can't stay here. Get out of here. Wouldn't take him home. Say we ain't no cab stand. The boy run to the dollar store. Then he run out in the woods. They cut him up to pieces, put him everywhere, took his balls and put it in his mouth. So I don't want to hear none of that. We don't trust Mississippi. Let's clear it now. We do not trust Mississippi, Ku Klux Klan, animalistic racism ass. We do not trust them. They record show for themselves is Mississippi burning. So hell no, we would never trust them with our life. Never. That's why they took all the body parts out that boy so we would know forensically exactly what happened. They guilty right there. I don't know why Quantum ain't filed charges on them. What the hell is going on around here, man? Man, come on with this bull crap. Talk to me, Federation.
So, Brother Muhammad, I have a question for you. We heard
Yes,
the
ma'am.
judge in the Willie D clip said that she thinks that she know the public is hungry for answers, but she says that she thinks that it just takes time for these investigations to be completed. So is that your assessment of it too, or you think things could have been expedited a little bit more based on what we know?
Well, it could have been expedited more if they had sent all the body parts to Washington D.C.
Thank
So,
you.
so we
Thank
know,
you. Rest my case.
so we know there's a delay on that,
Right.
and it could be expedited further if they release the results of what they did find in the first autopsy report. So,
They're not gonna do
uh,
that. They're not gonna do that because that'll find all three of them boys guilty. They're gonna whitewash it. They're not
So
gonna
that
do that.
go.
They're not gonna do
So that.
that.
I personally feel like she's on for time. She's just being biased about the situation to secure whatever her position is in relationships.
Come on.
So that goes back to the grand jury. So if the evidence don't, even though we got the evidence to prove it, like attorneys say, just send all the body parts or just release the evidence that the first autopsy, which they won't do. So they send all this to the grand jury. So if the grand jury comes back and they no bill it, will we ever find out the truth then after that, Mr. Ray?
I just don't understand why does it take this long to do an autopsy.
correct.
My God. Oh my
That's
God.
just my only thing. Why does it take this long?
Well, the autopsy is done. It's like, really, why does it take this long to release the results?
Exactly, the whole
Yeah.
shebang. Why does it take this long to
Why
release?
don't
Because they gave it to the grand jury. The grand jury's looking at it. The DA gave they autopsy to the grand jury, so they looking at it right now.
But
like
why did they have to do all of that? Why they can't just handle it like proper procedure with any other death that goes public? Okay, autopsy says da 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 da. Why is it all this jump around?
Well, because you got
because
like
they're trying to
Jay-Z
hide
said.
something.
That's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
Right.
They
wow.
covering up for them.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like the young lady that got on here, I just really feel like she was kind of paid to say whatever she said because she just didn't even sound like. And that's another thing when it comes to our black people. You know what I'm saying? It's like we trying to fight, but a lot of them are just secured in what negotiations and what setups that they have that they really kind of be biased or behind the door, stabbing us in the back. So it's like this is going to be a hard battle, a hill to go
I
up.
mean, that was a question
gonna
that
win
Willie
it.
D
We're gonna
had.
win
He
it.
was challenging, trying to push her to answer, but a lot of the attorneys and judges and such that he's had on the show, I think they just feel like they have to stay on middle ground
Man, when
because
you
they
trying
don't
to do
know.
justice, it's about saying the truth. I'm not, I
And
mean, I just disagree with that.
Brett, let me help you out, revolutionary.
I
You're right.
disagree.
This is why. Let me show you something. I've been telling the truth for the last 4 weeks. If they could get me or file something on me for defamation of character, saying the wrong thing, they can't. Because everything I'm saying, I got evidence. I wish they called me in like they did Al Sharpton. Come at me. Come at me. Take me to court where I can blast them. Because why have you not sent them body parts to D.C.? I want to know where the body parts at. You cannot take that man's body part and make him disappear. Remember this
And
here.
my thing is too, I'm not gonna say much respect to Nolan's mom, but when I watched her, it kind of, I mean, she wasn't angry enough for me. She was just a little biased too. I understand she's grieving. Everybody don't handle things the same way, but just the way that happened, and she was just up there like she was pleading and begging. I'm not begging nothing, and I know she has a nursing career in Mississippi, so she's kind of like on the board or whatever. So she was trying to be careful with her words. I would have said everything I needed to say, and then now they're trying to take the woman's job. So it's like, I just feel like she ain't coming hard enough, So it's like we're more angry than you, and I get you grieving, but I don't know. Something ain't
Let
right
me
with
say
that
this
to
to
me.
you, revolutionary. You a warrior. That mother is a square. She's a nurse. She's already painted, and she's hurting. She ain't gonna do what you gonna do. What I'm gonna do. She's
No,
not
no, no.
gonna
I'm
do
saying,
it.
okay, let's say this. I'm from Chicago. I done seen some grieving mothers go ham. This what I'm saying. This my child. I don't care about nothing right now. And then just the way they just disrespect you, y'all taking body parts and y'all just lying. It's like y'all mocking me. Like, You know, like I said, I understand she's grieving, but like I said, I've been around. I'm from Chicago. A lot of pew-pewness went down, okay? And I've seen grieving mothers. They gonna do whatever they gotta do. And she just, to me, don't seem like she's pushing that to me. And I'm just saying it,
We
you
understand.
know?
I understand, but what I'm saying,
Just by looking at her, like JB said.
Come on, Nick.
Go ahead. I just wanted to say, if you just look at her on the stage, I understand what you're saying, young lady. But when you got people like Al Sharpton and Ben Crump,
Yes.
I mean, they want you to be very professional. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I know if
I
I'm
don't care
hurting,
about
I know damn
professionalism when
well
it comes
she
to
is.
my baby.
I know.
Yep.
No, I say,
That's what
I
I'm
know
saying.
if I'm hurting, I
That's
know
right.
she hurting.
They got her
That's
cornered.
just the bottom line
But
to it.
they wouldn't be able to have you cornered. My daughter right now, if my daughter lost her child, she'll go to hell off. So it's a lot of people from Chicago, New York, Houston, LA. They're gonna go off, but she's not that type. So she's containable.
No
But you got some women
disrespect,
that's not.
minister, but ain't no type when it come to my baby.
That's understandable, revolutionary. We understand who you are, but she's not you.
No, and
I'm
I
gonna let
still
y'all
respect
just
the
have
way that
that one.
she's handled the situation. All things
Huh?
considered.
I want to say this to the young lady. Well, I'm gonna ask you this question. We done had over at least about 10 or 15 of these cases we can name off the top of our head. Can you name me one mother just actually went off, but you can still see the pain and the sorrow and the tears and all that there? I mean, it's just to the point that, well, they hurting. Because if you hurt and you feel it, if that's their child, I know they hurting, but they just going
Ramika, the one from
with
Chicago,
they
and
just
we
got.
ain't let up off their neck. Ramika
I
from Chicago, where her baby daddy took her down. And the girl
I'm
went to
just saying.
prison. The baby mama shot her at her son's school.
Yeah, but the baby daddy never went to jail, did he?
Actually, that is process. I think they did book him or something. I need to follow up with that. But yeah, that situation,
Yeah.
Chicago
But
still.
the difference is that you're looking at black on black crime, which we're used to. And then it
Right.
wasn't
Should
like
not be
it
used
wasn't
to,
about a
and should
system.
not be used to, but yeah.
I mean, we
But
shouldn't be
okay,
used
but
to, but
let's look at it.
that's
But
part
you
of
know,
life. I mean, black on
but
black
look
is
at
part of
that.
life,
Look how.
but you're
But this
looking
is
at
what
a
I'm.
system.
Yeah,
But
no,
look what
This
I'm
is a
saying. I get
system.
that this is a white and black situation. Now look at that. What you just said. Put a pin in. You said, "Well, that's a black on black." That is a
Yeah,
grieving
but
mother
that's,
who
I
lost her
mean, it's
child.
sad, but that's the fact of life.
But
And
you
then
know what
you're
I'm
looking
saying.
at
But
something in
but
Mississippi
okay.
that's
But look at this here.
systemic.
So
Yeah, but
basically, we
watch
don't
this, young
have
lady.
them.
Now
I
watch
just
this, young lady.
disagree.
It's
I disagree.
it's
I
called
disagree.
okay. Watch this here. The case you talked about, it was accountability. Right now, these white folks ain't trying to hold nobody accountable when it comes to them. This is what
No,
this
this
is what
not
we're
about the
talking
white
about.
people. We was talking about the mother aspect, the grieving mother, injustice. That's what it was about.
Yes, but what I'm
but
saying
she's
is,
not there.
it's about
Revolutionary. You ain't gonna make her
right.
something that she's not. She's
No.
not gonna do it. So you can forget it. She's not. She's not
No,
gonna
that's
do it.
fine. I'm just
They
speaking
got
on
her
it.
contained. They got her
No.
contained.
Exactly. You said exactly what I wanted you to say.
Yeah, she's trying to be professional, and they told her she go off and be niggerish or be ghettoish. They gonna come at her son. So she's trying to hold herself and be Michelle Obama-ish and be professional at this time. But believe me, at some time I think she's gonna go off. But again, let's go to the baby. Let's go. We ain't got about 30 something minutes. Let's go to the baby.
All righty. So now we move on to baby Kohen Riley. And first of all, the chief's racist text raised questions about department culture. The family says the MBI has not provided meaningful communication. A key eyewitness says investigators never interviewed her and mistakenly released the name of Sergeant Hunter Forrester, who they're still saying may or may not have been the actual police officer that perpetrated the offense. And the body cam and Walmart footage remain unreleased. So just for those of you who don't know, on June 14th, 1-year-old Kohen Wiley was in his mother's arms inside a vehicle outside of Walmart in Centobia, Mississippi. Police were responding to an alleged shoplifting call involving diapers and baby clothing. Officers claimed the vehicle drove towards them and nearly struck one of them. but Cohen's mother said they were driving away when officers fired 3 or 4 shots into the car. Kohen was struck in the torso and unalived. Another woman inside the vehicle was wounded. Neither of the women has reportedly been charged with shoplifting or any other crime related to the encounter. So now, more than 2 months later, 5 issues remain. First, investigative reporting has uncovered private text messages in which the Santobia Police Chief Harold Vanderford repeatedly used racial slurs. That does not mean the chief participated in the shooting. However, it raises serious culture and leadership of this police department. Second, Cohen's family says the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation has still not provided meaningful communication or established consistent contact with them. Third, a key eyewitness whose video circulated nationally says investigators have never interviewed her. Fourth, mistakenly released MBI records identify Sergeant Hunter Forrester as the subject of the investigation. Forrester was placed on leave, but authorities still have not officially identified the officer who fired the fatal shot. And fifth, body cam footage, dashboard video, Walmart surveillance footage remain hidden, even though investigators reportedly possess them. The Mississippi Legislative Black Caucus is now demanding direct updates, a liaison for the family, and transparency about whether any officer will face criminal charges. So tonight we have to ask, a baby was unalived, a key witness says investigators never interviewed her, and the family says MBI has left them in silence. And now racist messages have been uncovered inside the police department. What exactly is Mississippi investigating, and who's holding the department accountable? And I know, Minister Johnny, you have something to say.
Can you show in a slide or anything that can refresh people's memory, please?
That what? I'm sorry?
We have any slides or anything at the Walmart when they unalive a child? Do we have any?
Yes, I can play. I have a video, as a matter of fact.
Please play it before I speak.
So, police in Senatobia, Mississippi, fatally shot 1-year-old Kohen Wiley during a shoplifting call at the local Walmart.
TJ got shot.
Since then, our team has been trying to find out everything we can about the department, the officer who was involved, and the incident that ended with the toddler being killed. Last week, we got our hands on the police department chief's private texts. They showed him using the N-word over and over and over again. Since last summer, Senatobia Police Chief Harold Vanderford sent his colleague more than a dozen texts using the N-word to describe people, including himself, his neighbors, college sports players, and commentators. On one occasion, Chief Vanderford texted that he was drunk and saying the N-word loudly. Another time, he texted that he had, quote, screamed the slur 15 times. In yet another text, he said that he'd said the word 14 times and hoped that he was loud enough for his neighbors to hear. There's also a text in which the chief describes having a, quote, racist moment, and another where he says he almost, quote, beat an N-word and white woman's ass a few minutes ago. Let's backtrack to the Walmart shooting for some context. The white officer involved in the fatal shooting of the black toddler was Sergeant Hunter Foster. In the months leading up to the incident, Foster had received no less than 2 complaints of racially offensive comments directed at his coworkers. We got our hands on those complaints too. One of them came from a black coworker who wrote that Foster called him, quote, a black. The second came from a white coworker, Joshua Griffin, whose girlfriend is black, and the couple share a daughter. Griffin wrote that Foster referred to some black suspects as, quote, your people, and referred to another suspect as, quote, Griffin's type of bitch. which he took to mean a black woman. Remember Chief Vanderford? The one we found was using the N-word. That chief took no action against Foster in either of those complaints. Both officers who complained ended up resigning, but Foster remained on the force. Our team at Mississippi Today, Verite News, and the New York Times is continuing to follow this case. You can find our reporting at MississippiToday.org.
Mr. Jonathan Monterey, did you see that?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let you speak first. I'm trying
Well,
to cool up.
well, just as the sister spoke earlier, now that's the type of case that I would be going. I would go off on the 2-year-old shooting a 2-year-old innocent baby like that, uh, with no accountability to the officer. The won't even release the officer's name that who pulled the trigger. That is
That's
a
what I'm
traffic.
saying, man. Jeez, that's ludicrous. And nobody's even speaking about this. This is a baby.
You know, I want to say to the world, over 1 million people see this tape in 30 days. I want to say to the world, we do not follow God. We have become robots and puppets, house niggas, coons and shine. Here go 1 year, what the baby was 1 year old, Catherine?
2.
I don't know. How old the baby was before I go off. Either one, but I think it was 1. But it say 2, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think it was 2 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
he
I'm
was 2 years old, y'all.
okay. She took the baby, and the baby out the car. She showed the world how she did it. She handed the baby out the car, opened the door, and handed the baby, say, "Officer, I got a child in here." Because they already seen what they did in Minnesota. The whole world seen it. So she was trying to let him know, don't shoot in this car. Then they lied and say she stole some diapers. They think she stole some diapers because she's a Negro. No charge has been filed. And I ain't seen the receipt, but the girl said, I got a receipt. I heard that come out of her mouth. So Walmart, $1 billion company, a little girl, 21, 22, let's say she stole some diapers. Let's just say that. I'd said, hey man, let her go. And watch this here, y'all. Watch this here. You ain't gonna believe this here one. A little girl just told me, Miss Catherine, the one that's talking to you, said that they stopped her from stealing some clothes for her children. She had $525 worth of clothes. There go that beautiful baby. $525 worth of clothes, right? A Spanish
We can't
girl.
hear you.
Y'all can't hear me?
Yes, sir.
A Spanish girl pushed $1,200 worth of meat through the store. They stopped her and she said, I'm hungry. And they let her go. And the girl took the food to her car, loaded the food, and drove off. At the same incident in Walmart, but the black girl, they kept her because she was getting some clothes for the children to go to school. But the Spanish girl took $1,000 something worth of meat and they let her go, but took the sister while she had her children with her and was cursing in the front of the children, say, damn them children, and was disrespecting the children and them, and then ate their food after they locked them up. So this is what I'm saying about Walmart with their Ku Klux Klan itself. Oh boy, I can't wait to get Walmart. Walmart don't give a damn about us, y'all. And we in Walmart making them billionaires. And they give us nothing back but a child that's been unalive. There's no way nobody should have called no police on no diapers. Diapers. And then they found out she never stole it. And then they ain't got no film, Mr. Ray, Jonathan, where the car went at them. You mean in 60 days, y'all ain't been able to come on the film? Walmart is $1 billion store. They got films everywhere, cameras everywhere. They know exactly what happened, and that car did not run over no police. Didn't go nowhere close to the police. They lied. That's why they ain't showed no film, and they can't dock up no film to make the car go at him. They lying. Let's say the car went in him. What you shoot over there in the passenger seat for? Huh? Why you just shoot the driver? What you shoot in the passenger seat for? It's a bunch of lies. They unalive that baby. They ain't fired him. They ain't took him off. I think he off with pay. They ain't done nothing to this cracker. This car, and I said that. They cracked the whip. Cracker. So again, this white boy done got away with murder, and he's an animal and unalive this baby. And ain't Walmart didn't pay for the funeral, ain't apologize, ain't give us the film or nothing. We should come together and boycott Walmart. Not only boycott them, we want 4 Walmart before we come back. 1 for Kohen's family, and the other 3 is to send every child to college for the rest of their life. Walmart got over 1,600 Walmart. They are completely out of order, and we ain't gonna stop the same way Enron came down. We can bring Walmart down. Walmart can't go.
But the thing is, we have to come after the people.
And I want to say this about that case. This is a very sad situation. I want y'all, because I'm always going to come with facts. I'm familiar with this case also. I want y'all to remember this here. When ISIS was running around here, killing these people, they killed 2 white people.
Unalive.
When they saw the video, I want y'all to check it. When they saw the video, we had the governor, the mayor, the police chief, and everybody came out and said what they did to them white folks were wrong. Why ain't nobody coming out of Mississippi with what we saw? Never in any cases that we ever seen. They come out and admit accountability. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
But what
This is sad to see, man. What he did was wrong. He didn't follow policies nor procedures as a police officer. But guess what? I don't know why the police, the chief, and the mayor, and the governor ain't coming out and saying nothing, because this is a black person. But when the white people was getting killed, they turn around and say, oh, man, that video was wrong, y'all.
Nick, say unalive.
Unalive. You right, I'm sorry. Unalive.
But what we need
But
to
do y'all understand what I'm saying? This is sad. This
It's
is
sad,
not good.
but what y'all gotta understand.
And then they don't want to release the videos. Don't make no sense, y'all.
They ain't gonna release no video because the girl never ran at him. If that girl ran at him, they'd have been released that video of Jonathan Ronald Ray. They'd have been let it go. They don't have no video where that girl did that. They unalive that child illegally. I think Revolution wants to say something. Come on.
I'm basically saying that, we can keep sitting here trying to hit at them, but it's the black people. We the one going in Walmart supporting these people.
That's right.
It's the black people. We have to reconstruct our people, because our people feel like we need them. They're convenient. They sell convenience, and black people are running. Okay, like ants on sugar. It's the black people, and that's who I feel like need to take accountability. We want to sit back and study talking, not us, but I'm just saying. We want to keep talking about
Revolution don't want to say nothing. JB, Attorney Ray.
Do y'all hear me? I'm speaking.
We listen to you.
Y'all don't hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
You saying something.
So I really, at the end of the day, these are our people. These are the ops. So for us to come forward and make some stuff shake, we need to be talking to our people. Because these white folks don't care. They don't care. They showing you in our face with no Vaseline. Okay? They don't care.
No
so
Vaseline.
The black folks need to step up. They want to do all this talking. They want to sit here and we have to take back what they took. But we in a time right now where a lot of people are lazy. It's convenient for them. They got blue collar jobs. They family eating. They food. They don't care until it happens to them. We need to strike something in them to understand, okay, well, this may not be going on with you, but look what happened to our people, And at some point, it's going to impact us all, because nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's standing up. Because we ain't going to do nothing but sound like a dead horse study talking about what they're doing. We need to activate our people.
Well, but then this 10 years ago, Colin Kaepernick took a knee, and we all said we were going to be behind him and boycott the NFL and not watch the games. But what happened?
Jay-Z.
There you go. You know where I was going.
That's what I'm saying. People like that. You know what I'm saying? Our people are throwing us up on the bus anyway. It's like when we trying to build something, they over here going back and snitching and giving them the information. So it's all about getting in the minds of those and the black people who got a little power like Jay-Z, they feel like they on top. So it's like, I don't benefit from this because my life is good. So by him having a certain, you know, audience of people, they rolling with him. Where the celebrities at? That's my thing. Where are the celebrities?
You're right. You're right.
And I think they did the same thing with Target. I think they went back to Jay-Z.
Like I feel like somebody like
Yeah,
Cardi
they
B or
did.
somebody.
They did just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, black people, they just like, you know, they get into see, this is where they got us at. So many black people are in poverty or just poor mindsets. You know what I'm saying? They think about convenience. They don't think about the impact of things. They think about convenience. So, and like I said, me being in the South, I've witnessed a couple of black people talking about, well, I ain't spending money with black people. I'm going to go to the white folks because black people, it's like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is. It's like, it's this hate. It's like we have this love-hate with each other. So that's why so many people are doing, and that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they know, oh, they ain't finna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. And we're not. We're not. Like y'all sitting up here, we talking about these YNs and different things like that. Okay, let's get them something to do. Let's go to the ones that's out here making stuff clap. Go to them, because they at least I can at least say they may be wrong and reckless, but at least they out here doing. So let's shift it from being on each other and utilize them for something.
What we're gonna do, sister, with love and respect, and I agree with you. What I'm trying to say to you, this show, what I've been doing, we getting us at least 10 to 30,000 people for Neighborhood Watch, so we can be there for our wife, for our women, and our children. We got to be on alert. Hebrew Israelite, Nation Islam, Black United Front, what's going on? We are working together so we can get enough people in, starting with Mississippi, so we can stop this unalive and this hanging and all the stuff. What you're saying is right, but we have to do it in a professional manner so we can do it correctly on the Neighborhood Watch, and we can raise enough money to pay them $25 to $50 an hour where they can stay down there. So this is what I'm doing. We have enough bankers. We got enough people. It's going to be hard to do, but we got a lot of.
But I feel like you will hit the younger generation more quicker. The older generation is just settled.
I'm not after the older generation. Excuse me. I love you, but I'm not after the older generation. The youngsters, I done touched over 32 million of them. What I'm saying to you, I got to fix it up for them. I don't want to get them slaughtered. I got to fix it up for them where they can do it correctly. So when they do catch them hanging them, we got a right to do what we need to do to stop them from hanging them and arrest them, whoop them, whatever else, and then turn them over to the office. But it's the way it's got to do the Neighborhood Watch. We can't go there like we thugs, like them.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just how they can be trained to do what they're doing. We can retrain and renew their minds.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? We can go there, set up something, get congregated with them, and train their minds and give them the reason of substance behind this. Because a lot of those young boys relate to a lot of stuff that's going on. That's why they're out here in these streets like this.
Let me say that to you. The Navy, I got some Navy people coming. One of them is only a Marcus Bow. I got Air Force, Mr. Green. They are our co-hosts. So we got people doing all this. We got millions of people out of the Air Force, Army. We got retired police officers. So we bringing all the people that have qualifications to work and train. So everything you're saying, we already 4 weeks in the head of it. We're already doing it. That's why I'm doing so many shows now, where I can get the word out. And that's what we're doing. We gonna do this. If we don't do it, then they gonna keep on hanging us, and we keep on looking at it. No, we don't want to look at it no more. We got to do something the same way I did Katrina. So again, I'm activating it. I'm getting the youngsters, bringing them together, getting the older folks, 35, 40, that come out of the Army, that retired early, where we all can work together so we can do this thing together with the mindset. We got enough gifted people, prodigy people, where we can put this thing together, revolutionary, and stop these racist bastards, animalistic bastards from hanging our little girls, our little boys. We have to stop it. We got to stop it now. But it's a way we got to do it. And we move. I'm trying to move them fast as I can. And I'm hollering, I'm screaming, I'm calling the leaders, and we moving them. We're over 1 million right now. We just got to get the money together, get them together, because they got to stay down there. They don't stay there. So we got to send them down there. We got to send them in South Carolina. Got to send them in Florida. Arkansas. These where these just happen to be Mississippi's the worst one, and that's where we got to start at. So again,
Okay.
yeah, we agree. We agree.
So agree. So basically, so are we reaching out to these celebrities? People with influence?
Well, again, I done talked to Dougie Fresh. I'm trying to get the Charlie Wilson Gap Band where they can get the Snoop Dogg. I've been sending out for T.I. What's the name was on TV last night? Who that was? Papa Roo. Papa Roo finna call some of them for me. So
What about Kendrick Lamar? What about Cardi B? People who are actually saying stuff in so many ways about this. You know what I mean?
The reason why we want Cardi B, she just put up $174 million about 8 months ago in Chicago for homeless.
Yeah, that project she did for the women. Yeah.
Yeah. So Cardi B, I love her to death. If anybody say something about the B, I spit on her. So I love her. I hate her music, but I love her. So again, I'm with her 1,000%. So again, all you can help us do it. Ronald Ray, Jonathan Ronald Ray, Nick, all the people we know, we got to activate it. We got to put it out there. Show them the thing we got, Catherine, the money we raising so we can move around all the country. Put that up so the people can see that. Tell them what that is.
This is the Cash App for the Johnny Binder Show. When you support us through Cash App, you help us get the resources that we need to put boots on the ground and expand our outreach and really bring you in, because again, we do this for the people. So you can donate at $JBS Live. That's $J as in Johnny, B as in Binder, S as in Show Live.
So, Ronald Ray, what we do, we got a club right there on Belford where we're going to be open up once a week. We got where we can have 50 to 75 people there. We got a studio on Bissonnet, and we want to go to all the sceneries. So, and we want to have, talk to the people and bring them together like the young lady just said, so we can clean them up, get them ready, get them security, and the one that qualify, they have a firearm on them, they have their permit and all this stuff. And then we're going to have the Navy, Marines, and all them. They're already ready, but they'll be training as well. We have to do this, Ronald Ray, Jonathan Ronald Ray. They are not going to stop unaliving us. They are making mockery out of us, hanging our people in the front of a church. Took a little 15, 16-year-old girl and hung in the front of the church. They doing this on purpose. Another boy hung him right there in the front of the college. And another girl was coming down to the Juneteenth. For the 19th, they caught on the 18th, hung up. So, man, this system went too far. And the governor ain't said a damn thing with his Ku Klux himself. He's a Ku Klux himself. He ain't said a word. So I'm going after him. So again, ma'am, whatever you can do to help.
So how can they hang themselves if they got broke arms, broke legs? You get what I'm saying? How can you do that?
Ain't nobody hung themselves, man. It's like
this is a great transition point for our next topic that I would like to cover real quick.
Do it.
And that is the one of Demetrius Eugene Fleming. So, Demetrius is a 38-year-old Black man found unalived on Friday, August 21st in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. What we've been able to verify is Fleming was found at a residence on Roanoke Avenue connected to a ligature. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a new name for like a tree limb or something. Anywho, he was already unalived when emergency personnel arrived. Police have not disclosed what type of ligature was involved or precisely where or how he was suspended. The 911 call reportedly described as an attempted self-unaliving, but the caller was not physically at the scene. Police said the caller was someone close to Fleming. Police Chief Lawrence Wiggins is calling it an open, equivocal death unalive investigation. Authorities have not classified the unaliving as a self-unaliving or homicide. Chief Wiggins says investigators are working without a fixed assumption and that everything is on the table. No suspects, arrest, autopsy results or medical examiner's ruling has been announced as of yet. So it just says he was apparently found at home. So they're saying that he was found at his home. But it's important to say that 6 days earlier and less than 100 miles away, an unidentified 32-year-old black man was found hanging from a tree in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. So I do have a video that I would like to show.
Please show us. Please show us.
Eugene Fleming, a 30-year-old black man, was found dead hanging from a ligature on August 21st in Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. This is devastating to hear because there have been numerous reports of black people found hanging across the country this year, with several cases occurring in North Carolina alone. Just 8 days earlier, on August 15th, 32-year-old black man was found hanging from a tree in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. His name has yet to be publicly released and his death was ruled a suicide. On May 8, 2026, 16-year-old Julian Nazita, a Congolese teenager, was found hanging from a tree on church property, Charlotte, North Carolina. And on June 6, 2026, 36-year-old Congolese man, Cedric Longaga Tayuhi, was found hanging in public park area in Harrisburg, North Carolina. It is very concerning to continue seeing reports of black people found hanging, especially concerning the horrific history of genocide and lynchings against black people in this country. Cases like these deserve to be taken seriously, thoroughly investigated, and given the attention they deserve. And I want to remind everyone of the case of 19-year-old George Tompkins. In 1922, George Tompkins was found hanging from a tree in Indiana, with his hands bound behind his back. His death was ruled a suicide. 100 years later, his death certificate was finally changed to homicide. 100 years later. This is what concerns me. We should not have to wait 100 years. We should not have to wait decades or even years to find that a death initially reported as suicide may have actually been a lynching. We have every right to ask questions. We have every right to demand transparency. And these families have every right to know exactly what happened to their loved ones. And I don't want Demetrius Eugene Fleming to only be remembered for the circumstances surrounding his death. Demetrius was a loving father of 9, who spoke with immense pride and joy about his children. His eyes would light up at the mention of their accomplishments. He was described as not just a father but a hero, constant source of strength and inspiration, who always wore a smile despite the hardships he faced. His passion for music and rhythm was not just his hobby but a way of life. He shared that love with everyone he encountered, especially within his church community. He was a father, he was a human being. He was deeply loved and his life mattered. If you would like to donate and honor Demetrius Eugene Fleming, for his family, I will have their GoFundMe linked in my bio and caption. I want to send my condolences to his children, his family, his friends, and his loved ones. Rest in power, Demetrius Eugene Fleming. Justice for Demetrius Eugene Fleming and justice for all victims.
My God. Jonathan Ronald, the lawyer, speak on what you just said.
Well, it's just a continuation of the other stories. And we and nothing is being done. It's we can't rely on the state or any of these states to give us justice. They get justice when it's a YT person and one of our children unalive them. They get justice real fast, even if they have to make it up. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so they get justice. They get justice when one of our children unalive one of theirs. I mean, I see it in the courtrooms. I just saw it just a couple of weeks ago. It's never ending, but at least 24 people, and this guy is included, of our people being killed like this, and no investigation. The first thing comes out of the sheriff or the police mouth is that they did it to themselves. We just don't have a grip on this. And we take it case by case. We move from case to case, and nothing is being done to help our people and our children to survive. And we haven't talked about it. but it starts at the top. It starts with the President of the United States. He has given word to his people that they can do this, and the United States Justice Department, because we just talked about the island of Mississippi, there would be no federal investigation. So there's no one looking over these states to give justice, to do an investigation that is going to lead to someone being held accountable. And I think this is just another example of it. May he rest in peace.
I want to say behind our lawyer to what Revolutionary said, to all you rappers, that you studio gangsters, but you ain't come out. For all of y'all that say you love your people, don't let Cardi B beat y'all out, because she done beat all y'all out. She came out with 174 million. So Lisa Keys done raised million. John Legend done raised million. Bron James spent 60 to 100 million. So Shaq done spent 400 million. Shaq, we need you NATO. This is very serious. We need all y'all to come out there strong enough. Don't be afraid. God is with you, and we'll protect you.
They can't. They would not lose their purse string. They're afraid to lose the money, to lose the. So no, they won't. They won't do it.
Well, let me say this: Bron James had a shirt on and had the whole team choking. He had another one, Trayvon Martin. So let me talk to him, who been getting him to do it, and shut the whole NBA down when they took George Floyd's life, and shut the whole everything at the playoff, everything shut down, baseball, basketball. I seen this with my own naked eye. So Bron James, I'm talking to you now. Since you got control of everybody, I'm asking you and Shaq to think about what we're saying. Our people being unalive, being held. Y'all silent. Ain't nobody saying nothing. No artist, nobody saying nothing. Tyler Perry, Denzel White, nobody saying a word. I don't hear a whisper. And all you pastors, 400,000 churches. 400,000 churches. We're having these Sunday morning disco star show and political health center on Sunday morning. Damn it, you need to be talking about this. How the people can protect themselves. How we can protect our wife, our women, our children. And wherever our children go, we go with them. We got to do something and stop the same old, and then wake up in 2027 and it's still happening. The Ku Klux Klan, skinheads, and these groups are playing with us, man, and disrespecting us. So the only way we can stop them is have a neighborhood watch. Well, it's fair and legal for us to stop them from doing what they're doing.
Yeah, but Brother Johnny,
if we in the neighborhood, how in the hell are we going to stop them?
But we're back to where we started this show from. When you and I were down at the courthouse and we stood up and we were fighting for our people, and then they came at us, only a few people like Pastor Nash stepped up to even wanted to help us. But that was to stop us, and that was to send a signal to the others of what we would do. If they arrested me in the courtroom, I'm in there fighting in the courtroom, and they come and arrest me in the courtroom. You think these entertainers and these guys who have contracts are going to step out there and let that happen to them? They're not going to do it.
Well, I have a friend out there named Dougie Fresh that took the witness stand for me for 2 days and stopped me from getting a life sentence. Thank you, Doug. He was 21. Doug, I'm calling you again. Help me get the rappers, singers, those that's strong enough, bold enough. We gotta put some light on this, man. These folks unaliving us, and you got women are saying to us, are you black men? Are y'all gonna stand up for us? Y'all gonna protect us? We want to lay with them, but we don't want to protect them. We want to freak them, but we don't want to protect them. So again, man, it's our job. We have a right to protect our women. It's in the Bible. It's in Peter 3, husband and wife.
Of course it is.
Wisdom. We have a right to protect our woman. We ain't got to go ask the white man. It's a neighborhood watch. Once you're the neighborhood watch, damn it, if Zimmer can do what he did, we can do something way better than he did to protect our children. Jesus said, suffer little children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. And if you hurt one of these, you'd rather put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. So
But
what the hell?
the system got them so scared they wouldn't even come around Minister Farrakhan. Minister Farrakhan stepped out with the nation. He stepped out. He saw he brought 2 million men to Washington, D.C. So we came to that.
On a Monday. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we got to put thousands of young men. We need our Navy, Air Force, Marines. We need our ex-police officers. We can't. Who is this coming? Is this Marcus?
Marcus. But before we bring Marcus on at the end, I do want to cover Al Green and the impeachment articles that he filed against Trump today, because I think that's a great segue into where we're going. And just to update briefly, so today, Houston Congressman Al Green formally filed Resolution 1486, accusing President Donald Trump of high crimes and misdemeanors. Green's resolution focuses primarily on the administration's immigration enforcement. It alleges that Trump abused presidential power by allowing ICE and Customs and Border Protection to operate unaccountable paramilitary forces, assaulting civilians, and concealing unjust unalivings. The resolution specifically names Renee Good, Alex Preddy, Houston resident Lorenzo Salgado Arejo, and Johann Sebastian Duran Guerrero. Green also sent Trump a formal communique notifying him of the filing and Congressman Al Green's office. What it means is that Trump has not been impeached again. Green just introduced the impeachment resolution, but the House has not approved it. And unless Green forces action or House leadership advances the resolution, it can remain pending without receiving a full vote. But I know we're getting close to the end of the show. So really what it means in summary, by him doing this, it will show which people in Congress or the House did not take action on it. And he was saying their silence means blood on their hands.
And look what happened to Representative Al Green. The president made sure by contacting Governor of Texas and said redistrict it, and got him voted out. He's a lame duck. So they're not really worried about it.
And spent $15 million to dirt his name up. I found that out today. Can you show a film of this?
Sure.
So we can see it. Come on.
Hello, everyone. I'm your Congressman Al Green, and today I have just filed articles of impeachment. I have the articles in my hand, Res. 1486, impeaching Donald John Trump, President of the United States, for high crimes and misdemeanors. I'm not going to go into great detail right now about these articles, but I shall the days follow. But I will say this. These articles are not about Democrats. They're not about conservatives or liberals. They're not about left or right. They're about right and wrong. They're about life and death. They're about 4 people who've lost their lives, and there appears to be a cover-up. These articles will give some details about the cover-up, but also about how ICE and CBP have become organizations operating under the hand of the president that literally have become judge, jury, prosecutor, and executioner
My God.
into the lives of people in this country. I'll say much more about it in the future, but I invite you to please read these articles of impeachment. They will be on my website. We're going to send them to various entities across the country. I will be appearing on various programs as early as tomorrow. I'll start, and we'll talk more about them. But for now, be prepared to receive not only the articles, but a vote on the articles of impeachment.
And just one last one.
I remember seeing this story when it broke. We reported on it at the time, but this guy's name is Major Jason P. Watson. He's a U.S. Air Force logistics officer and academy graduate with about 17 years of service, and he was recently charged under the Uniform Code of Military Justice in connection with public calls for the impeachment and removal of President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. Now, this all stems from an event that took place on July 1st of 2026, where Watson, who was 40 at the time, spoke at a news conference organized by the Removal Coalition, and he appeared in his blue service uniform, identified himself as active duty, and criticized military actions involving Iran, Venezuela, and related issues as unconstitutional. He then stood on the House steps of the U.S. Capitol after he finished his speech and held up a sign that said, "Impeach, convict, remove." Then later on August 18th of 2026, he had a CNN interview, and then after that, he was ordered into pretrial confinement held at a Maryland County facility on military hold. Reports indicate that he refused to wear his uniform at work, leading to further action. All right, so let's talk about the charges. Apparently, according to a charging document that was shared by his attorney, he has 3 violations of Article 88, which is contempt towards officials tied to alleged contemptuous remarks about the president in a June Substack interview, and also the July 1 uniform protest at the Capitol, and then the August 17th CNN interview. Now, Article 88 specifically prohibits commission officers from using contemptuous words against the president, vice president, Congress, and certain other officials. And
I'll pause it there so we can have a little bit of discussion before we close the show out. Marcus, you joined like right on time. Did somebody cue you in, serviceman?
Just being a proud veteran, I think that's exactly what's going down. We're getting prepared for our Veterans Day weekend at Emancipation Park. So, yeah, that's probably exactly what it was. But shout out to Al Green, man. I love Al Green, and I saw the slander that both Congress members went through in that last election process, and I hated that they made us battle it out against each other because they shouldn't have redistricted everything. That's why we had so many elections, just for that one Sheila Jackson Lee seat, and then again for Al Green and everybody else that was fighting for that spot. Amanda Edwards, there was so many people. Now, with that being said, Al Green is the person that's always speaking for us. He always has the cane pointing at Donald Trump, saying, "Hey, man, you got not me, you got us messed up," because he's speaking for the people, so this is not surprising. I think what Jonathan just said was a great point, though. Al Green lost. So what he's doing is kind of like all for nothing. He's on the way out. So it's like getting fired and then slapping somebody on the way out. Like, you're still fired, and whatever you did, they'll just, keep it moving. The customers are still going to come. Everything's still going to happen. America's still going to be America. And so, but yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts.
Well, I want to say that I love Al Green. I know him personally. He's doing one of the great works. The guy that's taking his place, I don't know that much about him, but I don't see him being no Al Green. If you're not going to fight the justice system when they're out of line, I'm not with you. If you're going to sit there and go along to get along and ain't going to speak up, to me, you're a coon. Okay? So I'm not with no coon. I don't know how to be coonish. I'm a warrior. I done proven that I have a track record. So again, all I want to say about this whole situation, if all them Democrats don't vote with Al Green, then they are part of this blood on their hand. They're gonna have blood on their hand, Jonathan Ronald Ray, if they don't vote. If they don't vote, I sent you the link. You should have came on. I'm still on. If they don't vote, it's their fault because they're going to have blood on their hand. How can a Democrat not vote to get Donald Trump out the office when he done did everything crazy to everybody? Not just us, his own people. He just hurt us. He done hurt everybody. He got the whole world coming at us.
The whole world.
And we about to go bankruptcy. We done lost more allies with Donald Trump than in the history of time. Canada, been lost China, been lost Russia. I mean, back to back to back to back. He's not going to quit, man. India been with us long enough. India say, I can't deal with y'all until you get rid of Donald Trump. So the man is being controlled by Israel. So again, if you Democrats do not vote with Green on this subject matter, then you're a house nigger. And I'm saying it to your face. I'm saying it to you. You know, I ain't scared of one of you. If you can't do that, then you got blood on your hands and you don't give a damn about your people. And I want to find out who it is where we can run somebody in your seat and get your coward self out of there. Because a bunch of you Negroes are going along to get along. You scared to death Negro. You Willie Lynch, fear, distrust, and envy. So you that's strong enough to stand up, we applaud you. But you cowards, we're going to run you off. If you don't vote with Al Green and get that man out of there, you know that man is crazy. 27 psychiatrists say the most dangerous man in the world. The man is crazy. He killed he unalived 165 children, shot in the schoolhouse. What you shoot a bomb in the schoolhouse for? And then the children run to the prayer room, Jonathan Ronald Ray. Then he pushed the button and knocked out 165 of them out at 6 to 12 years old. So I don't want to hear a damn thing about no Donald Trump. He's going to hell with a gasoline jacket on. God, I don't know what God gonna do to him, but God gonna get it. God ain't waiting on no Republicans, no Democrats, nobody. Not even that 30 million hit on him, 100 million. God is gonna deal with Donald Trump. I'm saying that on national TV. God is going to deal with Donald Trump. Remember I told you that. Personally, he's gonna deal with it. He's not getting away. Mr. Trump, you're not getting away. You're not getting away. Karma coming. God gonna get you, boy. You got a curse on you. Yeah. Next.
I would just like to say something in closing. I just want to say that what Al Green is doing, although he was voted out, but he's still on the job, y'all. Before he even get out the door, he's doing all he can before he get out the door. He said that, and I want to say this here to the panel. Thank you, JB, for allowing me to come up on the panel with you and my partner, Ronald Ray, attorney. And I want to let you know that the things that this attorney's doing, you ain't seen nothing yet. He's working on a case right now of a young man that has been in prison over 28 years. And we got documents to show that the attorney general all the way down to the Harris County, Texas, have been lying on this young man. I just let Ms. Ray in that, but y'all gonna get that too. It's a lot of things that he's doing, and he never stops. And thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited to hear about that.
Yes, I just want to say, thank you for having me tonight. It was great information that was disseminated. We need to keep the pressure on. Our children are, men and women, are being killed.
They need us.
It has to being unalive, and it has to stop. We must put a front up, as you said, to stop this. The young people need to know who they can associate with and to protect themselves. And I know you, Brother Johnny, you'll be on the front line, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So family, if you're watching this on replay on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok, be sure to hit that like button. When you hit the like button, you keep these stories alive and in the algorithm. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close the show out. Be blessed. Y'all have a good evening. And thank you to all my panelists who joined today. It's been wonderful. Look forward to seeing y'all again.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.